People are saying that Jin might have been insulted by Tom Cruise after the recent filming. We also have Spotify believed to be mocking JK, as well as screenshots of Jin's album trending. So Dumplings, is Dave Desai. Let's get into it. Recently, there's been a conversation about Jin's new EP cover, and a lot of people were very confused about who was in it. You can see a woman from the back, and she absolutely looks so beautiful running alongside Jin into a forest area, and it's supposed to look really magical and beautiful. This was shot during golden hour, which is a particular hour that photographers like to use, which is near that sunset time, because it's absolutely beautiful and it makes everything look golden and beautiful. The other name for it is magic hour, and it really is just an hour. So props to them for getting it together to get this photo really quickly, because during that time I think you really don't have much time at all. Now, a lot of people were trying to find out who this woman was, and I would normally be okay with this, but the reason and the motivation behind why people are looking for this woman tends to be not so great. So with the BTS community and with K-pop in general, every time there's a woman that appears next to a man and the man is a K-pop idol, a lot of K-pop fans will hunt down the woman and send death threats and tell her to go away. Jin or the label probably felt like the woman was safe in this case because her face was not shown. However, I don't know if she actually is safe or not. I feel two different ways about this, because obviously the woman in the photo is either an actress or a model, and she is doing this because one, she wants to have a career in entertainment, and two, she's likely doing this because she wants to be known and recognized. I would assume she cares about being seen, otherwise she would not be in the photo or agree to do it. But on the other hand, people searching her up are not doing it for the sole reason of finding out who she is so that they can follow her and be her fan. They want to know her so that they can attack her, and they want to get her away from any of the BTS members. So that is definitely not as great. However, it seems like she is a public actress and she is someone that is widely recognizable. So if she just is an upcoming celebrity, or maybe someone who is just a family member of Jin, then that would be a different story and would obviously, we would not want to mention her. But she's an amazing actress. She has about 3.4 million followers on Instagram, and I will say it was very shocking to me that she was even recognized just from the back. Like, people know who she is from the back. Now, do some of the credits and all that stuff help people find her? Absolutely, but I don't know if those credits were released yet, as the EP hasn't been fully out yet. So people really did just recognize her from the back, which is absolutely crazy. I hope I don't see any hate comments or anyone attacking her on her Instagram page over this photo. Obviously, they were just working together professionally, and I guess at one point the BTS members are probably aware that any woman that appears in their photo, whether it's just their hair or their hand, is going to be found. And so I guess that's why they chose a really famous actress. Of course, this is not the only crazy thing that's happening online. Some people have been attacking Spotify recently for some of the stuff that they had been doing. It's alleged that Spotify gave recognition for the most streamed album to Rosé from Blackpink. This was based on a 24-hour period, so she was believed to have 33.4 million streams, and people believe that this was the most streamed. Now, people came in and then said that actually this is incorrect because JK got around 42 million streams, and so people believe that he deserves the title for that. There's many reasons why this can happen, and one of those reasons can be because a publicist decided to pitch that record to a news site, and someone picked it up and decided that it was a better story because currently Rosé is most recognizable in the US as she is the most active. Or a Spotify employee who wrote this wasn't actually looking at the numbers or didn't have access to the numbers, so sometimes we think that people have access to specific numbers that they don't. I remember a little while ago I worked at a call center, to so to speak. It was more like a live chat thing, and a lot of people thought that I had access to the equipment or the products that they were asking questions about. And they thought that I would be able to just look at the product and tell them what to do and where the on and off switch was and things like that. But the bottom line is, none of us had access to those equipment. Those things were in the warehouse. We were just at a computer typing, and sometimes some of us were at home. So all we had was the user manual, so we have to go through the user manual and look. I say this to say that sometimes people don't have the information that we think that they should have, and so they might not actually have the numbers visible on a chart, and that chart might not be actively updating in real time so that they can actually see who is the top streamed ones. That's my assumption. I haven't used Spotify, nor have I checked, so I could be very wrong about that. However, I will say the one thing that is true, which is the fact that she is the most streamed female artist at the time. So she definitely deserves that recognition, and that title still matters. A lot of people care when I say who is female and male, who is the top of their gender. Personally, for me, I think it shouldn't matter because the female title is always used to give the award to a woman, even though the main award or the biggest award would belong to a man. That doesn't mean that a woman shouldn't get the award or that women shouldn't get awards in general, but I think drop the woman title and eventually we're going to just see women actually overtake men, and it's just going to be that they're the most streamed artists, not that they're the most streamed female artist. Because in reverse, we don't have the most streamed male artist. If Taylor Swift wins the top spot and Taylor Swift was going up against a male artist, we don't say that the male artist was the most streamed male artist at the time. We just say that Taylor Swift is the most #1 streamed artist. We don't even talk about the second place one. Some people took this as Spotify mocking JK or mocking K-pop artists in general, and I don't think that that is true at all. I think there was a mistake on their end. I think there was a lot more going on behind the scenes than we know of, and mistakes like this can happen. Crazy things are happening recently. Tom Cruise was believed to be part of Run Jin. If you're unaware of what Run Jin is, it's a variety show where we get to see him do multiple different activities and fun things and challenges. And I believe that Tom Cruise was recently asked to be part of the show. I believe as of now, as of recording, this is just speculation. It was confirmed by specific news sites and some different outlets, but again, that's their thoughts. It wasn't necessarily confirmed by the label themselves. Tom Cruise has a new movie coming out called Mission Impossible. It's the new version of that, and if you look at some of the promo and press that he's been doing, you can see what his hair looks like, and that same hair was believed to be seen in the trailer of the next Run Jin. And people believe that hair that we're seeing belongs to Tom Cruise. Now this is where things become a little controversial, because some people were talking about the fact that Tom was using Jin. So they believe that Tom was only a part of the show for the sake of promoting the movie. And this is of course where the people believe the insults were coming from. They believe that Tom doesn't actually want to do this and he's just using Jin for clout. And of course, if you understand anything about entertainment industry, this is quite normal. Tom Cruise would not be on the show if it wasn't for the sake of promoting his movie. In fact, he probably wouldn't have even booked it because his team over the studio that is promoting the movie probably was the one that booked it or even made the show known to him. This is what movie studios do. This is what actors do when they're on press tours, is that they try to be in as much stuff as possible to promote the movie that they're in. The actors have no say in whether or not they can do a specific press thing or not. And that's usually because the studio is the one that's pushing. And the studio is acting in the best interest of the actor as well, because they don't want bad things to happen to the actor. People often need to understand that it's a very normal thing in the industry to work together with someone and not for the sake of them being best friends. It's okay to work with someone or with someone just for the sake of drumming up attention or publicity. And in this case, it's not like Jin is not getting anything in return. The show can have the name Mission Impossible on it and also receive free publicity of Tom Cruise being in it. So we obviously know that his name holds a lot of weight in Hollywood, and that show will then bring in a whole new audience that maybe hadn't seen or heard of Run Jin or the other way around. And the same goes for Tom Cruise and his movie studio. They get exposure to a Korean audience who maybe do not know about Mission Impossible. So everyone benefits in this case, and it's just a great thing all around. Most shows would not even take an actor who is doing promo for something unless the actor would benefit the show in some way. Journalists don't just do interviews, people who aren't famous. They typically interview people who are famous or have a famous story. All of that is, of course, for ratings, and everything in entertainment is done for the sake of ratings. But there are ways to do it and ways that are less ethical to do it. In this case, I believe it could be totally ethical. If Tom is being nice, he's showing up, he's doing what he needs to do, and he's being nice, which is the whole thing. No, there were not any insults. No, there were not any drama. And no, there doesn't need to be any drama. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.